Now, can you take us through the background of your health issue? I remember for years, probably when people gather and probably we are in how do I put it, a nightlife environment, and Papa, you're just drinking water, you're just taking soft drink. It was surprising to me to find someone with a very vibrant career, someone in entertainment, but it's always just on his water. And I'm like, Papa, what's happening? Don't tell me this. It's just has to do, be like that. I had a health issue sometimes. I really didn't understand until, the whole kidney issue really started. And that's when I actually understood that, oh, wow. So he has actually been battling this for a while. So I would love you to just take us through that very briefly.
Yeah, actually, it all started over 24 years ago. I was very little. In fact, I was on my GSS1 then,
Wow.
And I just woke up one morning and my face started getting swollen, my feet, my tummy. At some point, we thought it's just probably an infection or could be what they normally call this iletutu infection and stuff. So we even thought it's Apollo at some point, So we disregarded the whole symptoms and everything. It's normal. Until a particular day, the crisis was so much. I started feeling, I think I had potassium depletion. So I was having cramps, serious cramps. I couldn't sleep. I was rushed to the hospital. The first hospital they took me to was a private hospital. They treated me. They told me I have kidney issues. But then, there was nothing like kidney awareness and stuff. So it was very strange to me. I thought, probably this is one of this malaria infected wala. So then I went back to my life because they didn't tell me to stop anything or warn me about anything. And I went back to my normal life, eating everything I used to eat. So at some point, I noticed that after a few weeks, I started getting the issue again. And this time around, it was worse. So I was rushed to UCH. That was where they made it known that, your kidney is actually not really good. You have a nephrotic syndrome. Also, what nephrotic syndrome? How did I get it? Is it that somebody had this kidney issue in my family? But it was like, no. It just happened to 3 out of 10 children. Just very unlucky to be one of them. So, and they didn't tell me I was going to manage my kidney. They just told me, you're fine. Your kidneys are doing good, so you can go home. So I was admitted to the hospital about 4 times. Okay. I still didn't get the information that I have to manage. So anytime I leave the hospital, I'm going back to my, eating my salt, eating my eggs and all that. So at some point I managed it. I started, looking for other solutions like herbs and everything, but it wasn't working out. But one thing about kidney is that when it starts affecting like that, it gives you symptoms and then it warns you. So if you manage it, it's possible that it won't fail. But the moment you just ignore, that is when, and kidney is very rugged. It takes so long before it starts giving you the issues. So I was just living like that. I didn't have any issues until 2019. I think I had an issue then, so I was depressed. So one thing that spawned the issue was because I think I started having high blood pressure, but I wasn't checking my high blood pressure then. I wasn't checking my blood pressure then. So I started having this swollen body again and all that. So I went to South Africa in 2020, immediately after Corona, after they lifted the ban on international flights. So I went to South Africa, and South Africa was hot with Corona at that time. So I caught Corona, unfortunately. And then that was what broke down my immune system totally. And the issue with the kidney just catapulted to the highest. So I was told, because then I had different doctors, white, black, call it any color. So they told me, your kidney has failed. You really need to start dialysis or get a donor to donate for you. My kidney has failed. I didn't believe that. I was like, nah, my kidney can fail. I was even spiritual about it, like, nah, I'm not a drink. I don't drink. I don't smoke. So how come is this thing happening to me? And they're like, yeah, we will try to get the issue, but they couldn't even get where the issue was coming from. But all I remember was that it was caused by nephrotic syndrome. And then I had to come back to Nigeria after having spent everything I had on me. I'm like, man, you need to go home. So I came back to Nigeria, and I started treating myself. At some point, my body came back to normal again. My swollen body came back to normal. And in my mind, I was like, oh, God has healed me. What a miracle. I didn't check myself. I didn't go to do blood tests or, check my kidney function test. And I was living my normal life again. I thought I had a blind faith. I thought, oh, God has done it. So, man, this thing is gone. Because the rate at which that corona and the issue did me the last time, I thought it was the highest. I never knew something else is coming. So, in 2023, I started having these issues. I was in Lagos. I was in my apartment. Then I started having headache, non-stop headache. Like for 2 weeks, imagine you having a headache consecutively and no sign of relief. It was just like that for 2 weeks. Then I decided to go check my blood pressure, and lo and behold, it was very high. It was so high that the woman that checked it for me was like, bro, if you're going on now, watch out, if you follow. And I had to talk to one of my pharmacists. She told me, oh, bro, you need to go to the hospital. She gave me some drugs to use and all that, but it was not really going down. So I started having more symptoms: weakness, I couldn't eat, nauseous feeling, I was throwing up. When I eat, I throw up, gastric ulcer. I was having a lot of things. My body numbness, sometimes I don't feel my tongue, sometimes I can't feel my face. So there's a lot going on with me that time. I was missing deals. I couldn't work. So I decided, man, I need to go to see my parents. So when I got to my parents, and then my parent now took me to a hospital, and the woman told me, she said, there is no other way. Your kidney is not working at all. So you need to start dialysis as soon as possible if you want to live.